Well, hey there. Welcome to my channel. I'm here. And today we're going to be talking about how to make sloppy joes. Increase the heat to medium and then we add in a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and a half a cup of water. So we go ahead and drain off any of the excess grease and then we add the meat to our sauce. Now keep in mind, like I said, I have never made these before in my life. This was my very first time. So it might not turn out too good, but it was actually really good. It had a great amount of tang from the vinegar and the mustard. And the brown sugar kind of gave it a nice little caramelized flavor without being too sweet. The only thing I would probably change about it is maybe adding in some onion or some other types of vegetables. Maybe even some peppers or something like that. But overall, it was really good and super simple to make. Now we just want to coat the meat in the sauce, and then we serve it all over our favorite type of bread. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. We'll mix that around and then we'll bring it back to a boil. Once it's boiling, we reduce the heat to a simmer, and then we let that simmer for another 5 minutes uncovered. Now, I've never made these before in my life. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to try. So let's get into it. I guess, first things first, we need some sort of meat base for our sloppy joe mixture. For that, we are going to be using ground turkey. However, you can use whatever you would like. For example, ground beef, which is probably what most people do, or you could even do shredded chicken, something like that. For this recipe, I'll have the ingredients listed below, if you want to follow along with me today. But basically, we're just going to brown this ground turkey until it's fully cooked. So we'll go ahead and get that started now. Next, while our meat is cooking, let's go ahead and start on our sauce. In a separate pan, we're going to add a tablespoon of butter and 1/2 a cup of ketchup. Then we're going to mix that around until the butter has fully melted. After that, we'll add in a tablespoon of brown sugar, pinch of salt and pepper, and then 1/4 a teaspoon of ground mustard. We just want to mix that around until the sugar is mostly dissolved. And then after that, we'll pour in a cup of tomato sauce and bring it to a boil. Once it is boiling, we reduce the heat to a simmer, and then we cover the pan and let this simmer for 15 minutes. I'll give it a stir every so often just to make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pan. After the 15 minutes is up, we're gonna remove the lid. Next, we check on our meat to make sure that it's fully cooked, and it looks like it is. And there you have it. That is how I made my sloppy joes. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video.